Hello everybody. In this video I would be explaining, okay, I didn't put it, so I needed to move this here. Okay, that was somewhere else. So hello everybody. In this video I'll be walking us through how the client and server relationship, but the main focus of this video would be to explain how domain name system works. So imagine that the client prompts or queries through a browser the server to retrieve the information about, let's say, his Facebook homepage or his Facebook account. Let's say a Facebook homepage for now. So the first thing that happens is that the browser sends that information, that DNS query, to the operating system. So why would the browser send that information to the operating system? The operating system has been built with functionalities, with networking functionalities to connect with different protocols. So the operating system sends that query, that DNS query, to something called the DNS resolver or the recursive resolver. So this recursive resolver has a cache. The cache is a temporary storage that holds information about websites you visited and mostly websites you visited. So if that information, let's say the client had already visited facebook.com and maybe has signed up or has an account or something like that, the communication process is now short-circuited. It doesn't have to be, let me get my pen. So the communication process is now short-circuited. All of this wouldn't happen. Step 9 is activated. The information is sent back to the operating system. That means the DNS resolver has resolved that, sends it back to the operating system. Operating system sends the IP address to the browser, and then a TCP/IP connection is established, and that information is retrieved. But if that information is not found in the cache, then the DNS resolver sends a request to the root name server. In the root name server, this is where we have the top-level domain, different top-level domains information. In the case of facebook.com, we have the .com top-level domain. In this root name server, we also have the .org top-level domain. And that information is sent back to the DNS resolver. Now the DNS resolver knows what to do, where to go. So the DNS resolver now has information of where Facebook's, the .com top-level domain for Facebook is located. Step 5 is activated, and that's exactly where the resolver goes to and retrieves the information of the authoritative name server of Facebook. And that's where Facebook's DNS records are. That's in step 7, and goes to the authoritative name server. And as a response, it gets the domain name system record for Facebook. That includes the A record, the canonical name, the IP address, and every other information that is included in the domain name system record for facebook.com. Once the resolver gets that information, the resolver is smart enough to cache that information, and then sends the IP address and every other information needed to operating system. The operating system sends it to Google Chrome, and then a TCP/IP connection is established, and the client gets the home page. An important nuance is that modern browsers, Chrome for example, and Firefox, they have this built-in capability of performing the DNS lookup without solely relying on the operating system. And that's something we should note. But this is how the process actually works from a theoretical perspective or point of view. And I hope this video was informative, and I would be making more of these kind of videos. Have a blessed day. Cheers.